how are ya? Hey friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today is Saturday, June the 19th, 2021. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Arron Kleckner and Jackie Bales. And so, without further ado, I think that's Bales. But anyway, either way, she's a hottie for sure. Anyway, Arron, that would be a relative of my roommate, well, son-in-law, grandson-in-law. Yeah, that's what they're called, I think. I'm pretty close to. Just about Arron and Jackie. Arron applied to be a roommate here for a long time ago. It was a long time ago. But anyway, birthday shout-outs for the two of you, Arron Kleckner. Sorry, that I've been saying Kleckner. And Jackie Bales. And so here we go. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday. I was like, you know, you're 1 more year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey, Jackie. Hey, Arron. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another trip around the sun that you made. Well, I hope you're enjoying your very special day because, well, it's your happy birthday day. I said, well, it's your happy birthday day, yeah. Happy birthday to the two of you and many more. Alrighty, and then there's the Shen Show likers. Those are folks that like the Shen Show. And today's likes are from Martin Kelly and Keith Woodfin. Keith Woodfin and I used to arm wrestle, and, well, I'll tell you what, we would put on a show. For about a half hour, we'd arm wrestle. Neither one of us wanting to win or lose, you know? It was one of those things. We'd sit there in Mr. Hardle's gym class at Monroe Elementary School and just sit there on that mat, just arms locked and clinked, and neither one of us are winning or losing. Just pretty much wasting time, basically. But anyway, that was old Keith, and then there's Martin, and then I got my Shen Show sharers. That's right, Doug Bell, a.k.a. Steve Clary, and then there's my no pokey pals. I ain't got no pokey pals no more. No friends that'll poke me on the old Pokey Pal page. Facebook Pokey Pals, those are, you know. Anyway, it's alright. It's okay. I can live with it. I can handle it. But anyway, that being said, looks like a weather forecast, and boy, I'll tell you what, it's a-raining out there. It's coming down. It was coming down so hard a while ago. Lightning flash and bang, pow, there went the old thunder crash, and there was a rabbit sitting out in my front yard. Took up about 6 foot in the air, leaped over about 3 feet horizontally, and jet out of here like it was on fire. Poor thing, scared it nearly to death. Just like the devil, of course. When you tell the spirit of the devil to get up and get out, he just runs off like a scared little bunny rabbit, for sure. Alright, well, hey, anyway, today's weather forecast is going to be brought to you by Refreshing Word Fellowship Church. That's right, Refreshing Word Fellowship Church is located at 2054 Campus Drive in St. Charles, Missouri. That's 2052 and 2054, using both units, but the main door is 54. Okay? Alrighty then. Come on in, Sundays at 11 a.m. Get some praise and worship going on, and then we get a little bit of a message, and then it's a homeward bound. Alright? And then Wednesdays, we got an hour full of prayer power. That's right, from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. Both of them, an hour full of prayer power. Alright, and that's Wednesdays. So come on in, Refreshing Word Fellowship Church, located at 2054 Campus Drive, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301. That's right. Alrighty then, here we go. How about it? Here's the weather forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, the whole 5-day thing. Thunderstorms, some strong early, and then partly cloudy after midnight. Low temperatures around 72 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be 60. It's 68 or 69 degrees out there right now, but the temperatures are going to warm up to go through the overnight. Go figure. Anyway, 72 degrees. 72 degrees Fahrenheit overnight with winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 90%. Now Sunday, June the 20th, will be sunshine and clouds mixed in. Hot temperatures, highs of 97 degrees Fahrenheit with southwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And then partly cloudy with a late night shower or thunderstorm quite possible. A few storms may be severe, so be wary. Low temperatures around 72 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of rain, 50%. Friend of mine, Tina Clee Schulte, Ashbrook, there, she got caught out there in that rain. I don't know exactly where she was, but they pulled over on the side of the road, not under an overpass, and bang, 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 you could hear it banging up against their car. Coming down hard. I don't know if it was hail in it or not, but boy, it sure sounded like it. Anyway, how about Monday, June the 20th? Sorry, June the 21st. Considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. Cooler with highs around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be north to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. With some clouds early and will give way to generally clear conditions overnight. Low temperatures will be 54 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Tuesday, June the 22nd. Sunny skies, highs around 79 degrees Fahrenheit with winds north to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then mainly clear skies early. And then a few clouds later on at night. Low temperatures around 59 degrees Fahrenheit with winds light and variable. And then for your Wednesday, June the 23rd, mostly sunny skies, highs around 87 degrees Fahrenheit, coming back up to my kind of temperatures, with winds south to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies with a few passing clouds overnight. Low temperatures around 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be south to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. 15, folks. That was 15, not 50. And then for your final day forecast, for our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, partly to mostly cloudy on Thursday, June the 24th. A stray shower or thunderstorm is quite possible. Highs near 93 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly to mostly cloudy with a chance of thunderstorms. Lows near 73 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain, 40%. And there you have it, my friends. The 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. You know, there's these things. Sometimes you just got to test a product to make sure it's good enough for your animal. You know what I'm saying? Well, how about this? Now, the neighbors have been complaining so much about my dog barking. So, instead of putting up the electric fence, which you know, as you've seen on TV, they put on the electric fence and dog collar that zaps your poor dog whenever you get out there near that. Whenever he gets ready to cross the fence, he gets in a little electronic shock. And you always see these people put them on the person while they're sleeping on the movies or whatever, and they zap the people. Well, this wasn't it. This is a more humane way to do it. And so, what I done was I went and I got this more humane product that shoots a blast of citronella under the nose, and apparently they don't like it. And so this morning I was getting the collar ready, and I filled it up with the citronella liquid, and then that's where my morning should have ended. But no, it's me, and of course, you know me, I began to become curious as to how this collar actually worked. And so I stand by my screen door, barking at my dogs. Ruff, 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 ruff. Well, no, nothing is happening. So I make sure it's turned on, and I check the fill level, and I go through all the things, getting it started, the instructions for getting it started, and the checklist one more time, and I walked a little further out into the yard with the dog collar in my hand, and my dog's looking at me like I was nuts. And again, I'm barking. Ruff, 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 ruff. Nothing. Not a thing happening. So now, I'm not quite sure why I should be having this thing in the first place. So, what do? Shoot, how about put it on? Big mistake, folks. You know how this is going to turn out, really? Well, seriously. I put the thing around my neck. Well, I had to extend the band really far to get it around my neck because I got a bigger neck than my dog. But that's beside the point. Finally, I get it on. And I put the little box down by my throat. And apparently the collar only works if it feels a vibration. Because immediately after my little bark, I said, "Runk," I get this blast of citronella right in my face. Plap! And I'm like, I start coughing and choking. Well, of course, you're coughing and you're choking. And, this collar, every time your neck vibrates, it's shooting out this citronella in your face. So I'm coughing and I'm gagging, and I've got bug spray all over me and up my nasal cavities. And now I'm on my hands and knees, and I'm in my backyard trying to breathe. And to make matters worse, the dogs are barking. So now, between coughs and yelling at them to shut up, I've emptied over a dozen blasts of this stupid citronella stuff right up my nose. Well, during all this ruckus, I'm trying to undo the clasp on this collar. Well, apparently, because it was too small for me to get it on in the first place, it has somehow now attached itself because with me being inflamed from coughing and choking, my neck has swollen up and I can't get the buckle unbuckled. So what do? Finally, I get the collar to release. And now I throw the stupid thing right across the yard, and I'm laying in the grass, sucking in the cool morning air. And in the middle of this, thinking this is probably the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life, I hear laughter. And guess who it is? My neighbor, who started all this problem in the first place, and they saw the whole thing. She was standing over there on the other side of the fence, and she was just laughing her hind side off. And she said, trying to talk to me between them laughing breaths, she said I was going to come and help, but every time I started to climb over the fence, you set off that thing again, and you started crying, and you were coughing, and I couldn't stop laughing enough to get up over the fence. I kept falling off the fence to get over there. So now, not only are my eyes red, but my face and ears are partially red, not only from the embarrassment, but from the anger that I'm going through because my neighbor who caused all this in the first place is watching me, laughing at me. Well, then I go in the house to take a shower because, of course, I don't want to smell like O'Day Tiki Torch. So I've learned my lesson. Next time, yes, there will always be a next time with me. You know it, because that's just the way I am. But anyway, I will not fill up the dog collar before trying to set it off. And 2, remember, my neighbor is not good in any sort of a crisis situation that could be funny. But on the plus side, I have a mosquito problem, and I will not be having a mosquito problem for a few days. So there. Actually, somebody else wrote this, and I just kind of borrowed it, but I thought it was funny. And so I thought I'd repeat for y'all. Alright, well, alright. Remember I was mentioning my friend there a second ago that got caught out in that storm? She's the one that pre-posted and I reposted, and then I also told her I was going to throw it on the show. So, Tina, there you go. There's your story. I hope it was as funny for you as it was for me. Well, I got some songs I'm going to sing for y'all because, every time I talk to my computer, my voice activation program, after it wakes up, well, it's got to go back to sleep. And so I got to tell it to go to sleep. And every time I do, it reminds me of a song right out of the movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And so it goes something like this. I go to sleep, little baby. I go to sleep, little baby. Your mama's gonna sway and your papa's gonna pray. Won't you close your eyes, little baby? I go to sleep, little baby. I go to sleep, little baby. Everybody's gone, only us until the dawn. Won't you close your eyes, little baby? You're a sweet little baby. You're a sweet little baby. The chair is gonna rock, but the baby's crying, don't stop. Gonna sing a little song to the baby. Don't you weep, pretty baby. Don't you weep, pretty baby. Almost had you down, and then there was a sudden sound. Now we gotta start over with the baby. I go to sleep, little baby. I go to sleep, little baby. So much more to do, and tomorrow's coming soon. Well, won't you rest until they tired, little baby? We'll go to sleep, little baby. I go to sleep, little baby. Come on with me, but sleep carefully. At least we've got a sleeping little baby. Yes, a sleeping little baby. A sleeping little baby. All right. And then, of course, with the way the rain was coming down, we got the raindrops keep falling on my head. And just like the man's feet are whose feet are too big for his bed, and nothing seems to fit, those raindrops are falling, they keep falling on my head. Well, so I just did some talking to the sun, and I said I don't like the way he's getting things done. Sleeping on the job, those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep a-falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to make me want defeat me. And I won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me, because raindrops keep falling on my head. But that don't mean my eyes will soon be turning red, 'cause crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free, nothing's bothering me. It won't be long till happiness steps in and greets me, because raindrops keep falling on my head. But that doesn't mean my eyes will still soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free, nothing's worrying me. Alright, there we go. Go to sleep. Flood stages are in effect for the St. Charles viewing area. And that is something important that I must get out there, folks. And the flood stages are in effect. We are at flash flood warnings, third stage. That's right. Flash flood warnings are from Saturday 4:35 p.m. until Saturday at 10:35 p.m. So actions are required. This is avoid the subjects, even events of pre-instructions. You know the rules by the National Weather Service. St. Charles County, the National Weather Service, has issued a flash flood warning for the southeastern Calhoun counties in southwestern Illinois, southwestern Greene County in St. Louis, southwestern Illinois, southwestern Jersey County in the southwestern Illinois states, northeastern St. Charles County in east central Missouri. And so this flood watch is in continuance until 10:30 p.m. Standard Central Daylight Savings Time. Now at 4:34 p.m. Standard Central Daylight Savings Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms popping up, heavy rain across the warned areas, and up to 4 inches of rain dropped in a very short time. Flash floods is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Remember, folks, don't trust it. Just don't drive through the flood. Back it down and turn around. You don't know what's under there, man. There may not be any road left because a flash flood is fast-moving water, and it can take out that dirt below the road, and the road can collapse, and you can be driving right into nothing in a heartbeat. So, just remember, don't drown. Turn around. All right. Sorry I had to bring it up and pop it in right away. But here we go. 8. I went down to the river to pray, studying about the good old way. And you shall wear that starry crown. Good Lord, show me the way. Whoa, sister, let's go down. Let's go down. Come on down. Whoa, sister, let's go down. Down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way. And who shall wear that robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Whoa, brother, let's go down. Let's go down. Come on down. Come on, brother, let's go down. Down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way. And who shall wear that starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Whoa, Father, let's go down. Let's go down. Come on down. Whoa, Father, let's go down. Down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way. And who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Whoa, Mother, let's go down. Come on down. Don't you want to go down? Come on, Mother, let's go down. Down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way. And who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sinners, let's go down. Let's go down. Come on down. Oh, sinners, let's go down. Down to the river to pray. As I went down to the river to pray, studying about that good old way. And who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Good Lord, show me the way. All right. There was another one right out of, oh brother, where art thou? And it was talking about that river. Well, don't want to go down to the river to pray when it's flooding, but God's got you in the palm of his hand. He won't let you float away, especially if you're going down to the river to pray. Well, how about this one, kids? Everybody gather around the old TV because, well, it's TV time. It's story time with TV Grandpa Shen. That's right, Grandpa Shen's getting ready to tell you the story. That's right, good old Grandpa Shen once again. Today's story is going to be the little old woman who lived in a shoe. Now, this is not the Mother Goose version of the little old woman who lived in a shoe, so it might sound a little different to you. Once upon a time, there was a little old woman who lived in a shoe. The shoe stood near a great forest, and was so large that it served as a house for the old lady and all her children, of which she had many. She had so many that she did not even want to know what to do with them. But the little old woman was very fond of her children, and they only thought of the best way to please her. Strong Arm, the eldest, cut down trees for firewood. Peter made baskets of wicker work, and Mark was chief gardener. Lizzie milked the cows, and Jenny taught the younger children to read. Now, the little old woman had not always lived in a shoe. She and her family had once dwelt in a nice house covered with ivy, and her husband was a woodcutter, like Strong Arm. But there lived in a huge castle beyond the forest a fierce giant, who one day came and laid their house in ruins with his club, and after which he carried off the poor woodcutter to his castle beyond the forest. Well, when the little old woman came home, her house was in ruins, and her husband was nowhere to be seen. And so night had came on, and as the father did not return, the old lady and her family went to search for him. When they came to that part of the woods where the giant had met their father, they saw an enormous shoe. Well, they spent a long time weeping and calling out for their father, but met with no reply. Then the old lady thought that they had better take shelter in the shoe until they could build a new house. So Peter and Strong Arm put a roof on it, and cut a door, and turned it into a dwelling. Here they all lived happily for many years, but the old lady never forgot about her husband and his sad fate. Strong Arm, who saw how wretched his mother often was about it, proposed to the next 11 brothers that they should go with him and set their father free from the giant. Well, their mother knew that the giant had great strength and would not hear of the attempt, as she feared they would all be killed. But Strong Arm was not afraid, and he brought a dozen sharp swords, and Peter made as many strong shields and helmets, as well as crossbows and iron-headed arrows. Well, they were not quite ready. Strong Arm gave the order to march, and they started for the forest. The next day they came in sight of the giant's castle. Strong Arm, leaving his brothers in the woods close by, stood boldly up to the entrance and seized the knocker. The door was opened by a funny little boy with a large head, who kept grinning and laughing. Well, Strong Arm then walked boldly across the courtyard, and presently met a page, who took off his hat and asked him what he wanted. Well, Strong Arm said he had come to liberate his father, who was kept a prisoner by the giant. Well, on this, the little man said he was sorry for him, because the part of the castle in which his father was being kept was guarded by a large dragon. Well, Strong Arm, nothing daunted him, soon found the monster, who was fast asleep. So he made short work of him by sending his sword right through his heart, at which he jumped up, uttering a loud scream, and made as he would spring forward and seize Strong Arm. But the good sword had done its work, and the monster fell heavy on the ground, dead. Now the giant, who had been drinking much wine, was fast asleep in a remote part of the castle, and Strongarm had no sooner finished the dragon than up started the funny little boy who had opened the door. He led Strongarm around to another part of the courtyard, where he saw his poor father, who at once sprang to his feet and embraced him. Then Strongarm called up his brothers, and when they had embraced their father, they soon broke his chains and set him free. We must now return to the little old woman. After her sons had started, she gave way to the most bitter grief. And while she was in the state, an old witch came up to her and said to her that she would help her. And as she hated the giant and wished to kill him, the old witch then took the little old lady on her broom, and they sailed off through the air straight to the giant's castle. Now, this old witch had great powers, and at once afflicted the giant with corns and tender feet. And when he awoke his sleep, he was in such pain that he couldn't bear no longer. So he thought he would go in search of his missing shoe, which, like the other one he had in the castle, was easy and large for his foot. And when he came to the spot where the old lady and her children lived, he saw his old shoe, and with a laugh that shook the trees, he thrust his foot into it, breaking through the roof that Strongarm and Peter had put to it. Now the children, in great alarm, rushed about inside the shoe, and frightened, trembling, scrambled through the door, and the slits which the giant had formerly made for his corns. And by this time, the witch and the little old lady, as also Strongarm and his 11 brothers and his father, were coming up to the spot. Well, Strongarm and his brothers shot their arrows at him till at last he fell, wounded. And when Strongarm went up to him and cut off his head, then the father and the little old woman and all their children built a new house and lived happily ever after. And that, my friends, was a different version of the little old woman who lived in the shoe, I'm sure, than you've ever read before. And it actually was written by, let me scroll on up here to the top and find out again. This one was by Joseph Martin Caronhim. Joseph Martin Caronhim. So there you go. Yep, it was different. It wasn't the Brothers Grimm, who you would have thought it was from. But anyway, now, hey, it looks like that's the end of a story time with Grandpa. That's right, story time with TV Grandpa has now come to a conclusion. But you're more than welcome, kid, to set in and listen to the the Daily Bread portion of the program, because it's always a good lesson to learn a little bit about God. That's right. Today's lesson in the Daily Bread portion of the program is called the Bigger Than Our Problems. Now, the Daily Bread portion of the program is going to be brought to you today by The Bible with Briscoe 2021. The Bible with Briscoe 2021 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Don't forget to tune into your Bible with Briscoe 2021 or your daily read of the Bible. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2021 will be Nehemiah 12 through 13 and Acts 4, 23 through 37. So, tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2021 for your daily reading of the Bible. Okay, let's see. Now, Bigger Than Our Problems is our devotion for today, and today's scriptures and insights that will go along to explain bigger than our problems, will be Job 4:15 through 24. Now, Job is my favorite book in the Bible because, well, Job faced some really heavy hardships, but never once then he turned completely against God, which made him quite the special man because, well, he thought that God was being, well, no, everyone thought that God was being cruel to him, whereas God wasn't bothering him a bit. It was the devil that was working against Job. And Job had that feeling inside him that said, God would not do this to me. He may allow these things to happen to me because he loves me and I need to learn a lesson, but he would not do them to me himself. Anyway, here we go. Job 40:15 through 24. Look at Behemoth, which I made along with you, and which feeds on grass like an ox. What strength it has in its loins, what power in the muscles of his belly. Its tail sways long like a cedar, and the sinews of its thighs are close knit. Its bones are tubes of bronze, its limbs like rods of iron. It ranks first among the works of God. Yet its maker can approach it with his sword. The hills bring it their produce, and all the wild animals play nearby. Under the lotus plant it lies, hidden among the reeds in the marsh, and the lotus concealed it in their shadows, and the poplars by the stream surround it. A raging river does not alarm it, and it is secure. Throughout the Jordan should surges against its mouth. Can anyone capture it by the eyes, or trap it and pierce its nose? Okay, you got me. Have no idea about that one. Don't understand it. But, hey, it's only part of it. You want to read the whole book of Job? Job 40:15 through 24 isn't enough to give you that whole section. So read a bit more so that you can read the whole story of Job. 40 will be a good one. Job 40 is alright, but Job, the whole book, is such a great book to read. Anyway, hey, that's the Daily Bread portion of the program that was brought to you today by The Bible with Briscoe 2021. The Bible with Briscoe 2021 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. So, don't forget to tune into The Bible with Briscoe 2021. Alright, hey, that's it for the Shen Show. I have been your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. And as always, I got one more song for you. And that would be, a word around, my friends, it's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends, goodbye. I said goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Alrighty then, hey, that's it for me. That's it for the Shen Show. And as always, thanks for tuning in because, God loves you and so do I. So come back and see me tomorrow. I'll be here. And I hope that you are too.